Hello everybody, Kizilla here. Welcome back to another episode of Super Robot Wars V. In the last episode, we did our first special scenario. We gained Felt and Lottie with the Grungas and Huckbane. So, let's continue on to the next scenario. Altitude 2400, speed 28,000 and rising. Exiting Earth's atmosphere, switching to thrusters. Goodbye, Earth. First, the seas evaporated. Then Gamillans' invasive plants took root and ruined the land. And to think we used to call it the pale blue dot when we were younger. Now I just wonder if it's even possible to save it. Is that a lack of confidence I hear? Absolutely not. There's a ship off the starboard bow, one of ours. It's the Kirishima. It must have dodged enemy fire, hanging on till the bitter end. Okita, my brother in arms. I know what your body has been through. And the choice is yours. This is what you want, I won't stand in your way. Godspeed. We're counting on you. Incoming transmission from Commander Hijikata. May the seas be calm, and your battles victorious. So long, Pops. Pops? Oh, Commander Hijikata was my guardian for a little while. I guess it kind of slipped out. I see. The Earth is yours now, Hijikata. We're counting on you. You will soon pass by the moon, charting a course for Mars at cruising speed. Good luck, Yamato. The fate of the Earth rests on your shoulders. The Yamato's reception room. Ugh. Now, are you going to tell me the truth? You mean the truth we've already been telling you? I piloted the Vongray of my own free will. Then I got orders to board the Yamato, so I did. That's it. Those are the facts. Getting upset, are we? How could I not? I put my life on the line to defend Earth and get a strange order for my trouble. And what thanks do I get for following orders? An interrogation at gunpoint. What the heck kind of logic is that? This is a strange situation for us as well. We do have a lot of questions. As you said, Ansei Murakumo, the Yamato's hatch was open at the time of your arrival. And Ansei Kisaragi also passed through the checkpoint without incident when she arrived. Exactly. It means that somebody must have sent out these orders during the confusion surrounding the launch. How about instead of taking it out on us, you focus your efforts on finding out who's pulling the strings aboard your ship? Pulling strings, you say? Suppose what? Suppose we are stowaways. What then? Are you going to send us back to Earth? That is a fine question. We're already at cruising speed, and at present, this voyage is time sensitive. Fortunately, can't turn back, nor do we have a craft with which to send you back. Do we get to stay aboard then? Don't get too excited. You could still blast us into space like they did to stowaways back in the day. Hey, we've come a long way since the age of exploration. We are not to lay a finger on you until Commander Okita has been informed of your current situation. Ah yes! How could I forget the long arm of Juzo Okita? You know the commander of the Yamato? I mean, I know of him. Well, we have reached an impasse. You don't appear to be lying, but... That will be all, Officer Hoshina. These two are free to go. Are you kidding? They have been assigned to the tactical officer for the time being. That would be me, Lieutenant Susumu Kodai. I have taken responsibility for you. You're the one I was with! It's been a while, Ansei Murakumo. Didn't think we'd meet again quite like this. We met on a dormant Yamato. Makes sense that we meet again when it awoke. Oh man, if this were a romance, I'd be falling deeply and madly in love with you right now. Okay, I didn't come here to listen to your comedy routine. I came to ask about that weapon you rode in on, the Vongray. Want to know everything you do. I would like you and Onsen Kisaragi to accompany me to the hangar. Aye aye, Captain. Welcome aboard, Onsen Kisaragi. Thank you, sir. I shall dedicate myself to fighting on Yamato's behalf, as a proud member of the Yamato's crew. I admire your resolve. This way, please. Thanks for everything, Hoshina. Hold down the fort while we're gone, okay? They certainly got released pretty quickly. Likely because security released a statement proclaiming their innocence as well. Why? Apparently, they may be allies that were rerouted. That's absurd! Either way, I think we'd better keep them on their toes for a bit. Starting with assigning a security detail to keep an eye on them. Understood. The Yamato's hangar. Officer Sonata, I have brought Onside's Murakumo Soji and Chitose Kisaragi with me. Thank you, Kodai. Onside Murakumo, I am Lieutenant Commander Shiro Sonata, Executive and Technical Officer. Lieutenant Nimi and I have been examining this machine that you were piloting. Lieutenant Kaoru Nimi, Information Officer. A pleasure. Oh wow, you said a pleasure! Hey, does that mean I'm officially one of the crew? That is up to the commander. That said, he has taken great interest in your choice of fighter. Great Juzo Okita is interested in this thing? We analyzed it for potential threats, but we found none. It's dangerous though, for sure. You've got that right. Based on its construction, we thought it was a type of mobile suit, but we couldn't find any schematics for it in our database. Which means it is a custom design made without proper clearance from the Federation. You know anything about this, Chitose? All I did was borrow it from the hangar in the tactical lab. I was part of the defense force in name only. I did odd jobs around the lab, not research. And there you have it, officer. I certainly didn't really ask questions before I hopped in, so that's really all I know. Got weapons and thrusters jammed into every corner and even has its own repair apparatus. It's some sort of conceptual design or something. If I had to guess, I'd say only an idiot would try their hand at piloting it. And you were just the idiot for the job. Ordinarily, I would object, but I just can't argue the superior intellect of such a beautiful officer. Onside Murakumo, that was uncalled for. He's not the first to pull a stunt like that. Hey, life's too short, live it up! That's my motto, anyway. I agree with him. Which part? About me being an idiot or my motto? Neither. I am talking about the Vongray's balance, or rather, lack thereof. It's about to collapse under the weight of its own feature set. Only thing that seems to be holding it all together is its incredible operating system. And my piloting skills, of course. You're handling quite the load there, rookie. Who, me? Precisely. I'm Lieutenant Junior Grade Saburo Kato, Captain of the aircraft squad to which you've been assigned. And I'm Onsen Hiroki Shinohara, the Vice Captain. Welcome aboard! Onsen Murakumo Soji, at your service. Here I was prepared for a snide comment. Didn't even understand the pilot's code. I have had it drilled into me, sir. A pilot to the core. Well, Kato, I'll leave the rest to you now that I've introduced you to. Kodai, Nimi, let's go. It's almost time for the briefing. Onsen Murakumo, you should know that machine has some sort of pilot verification system on board. No one but you can pilot it now. You and I are going to analyze it when we have more time. Yes, sir. I want to learn more about my partner as well, so I'd be happy to oblige. Good. Now, if you'll excuse me. Oh, Officer Nimi, don't you want to ask about my personal details? And my bid to reconsider him comes back to bite me. Is that how you feel? I'm pretty excited about the appearance of my new rival. Are you and Murakumo both pilots, Onsen Shinohara? Well, since you asked, I should tell you all about... Perhaps another time! First, we need to have a look at the Vongray. Yes, sir. Now, the fact that the technical officer didn't find anything tells me we won't have much insight. Hey, Captain, who do I report to right now? Well, right now you are in the Reserve Corps. You and Kisaragi will be assisting us with some urgent work in accounting. Accounting, huh? Like taking inventory and such? Well, this is the first time for everything. Hello, Kato. Might these be the new recruits who could have been assigned to accounting? They sure are. Good luck, Akira. I am on-site Akira Yamamoto. Allow me to show you the accounting department. Oh yeah, the accounting life looks thrilling. I'll only say this once, Murakumo. You so much as lay a finger on Akira, you'll have to contend with the entire aircraft squad. Roger that! Loud and clear! Don't worry, Lieutenant Kato. I'll keep an eye on on-site Murakumo. Okay then, let's go. I'll start by introducing you to Lieutenant Hirata. That Murakumo guy. I'll show him what happens when people ignore my advice. Careful now, Captain. Daughter of a fallen comrade or not, you are getting a little overprotective of Akira. No, I can't do anything about it, but I just can't take his attitude. Captain, look at this. Have you seen his jacket? So he's a lunar aviation pilot. What's that got to do with anything? Take another look. That emblem. He's part of the 25th Squadron. What? I see. So he's a survivor. So, Aki, where exactly is the Yamato right now? Ahem. What are the Yamato's coordinates at present, Onsen Yamamoto? I hear we're heading for Mars. Mars? Like, on the way to a scanner or something? I don't know the specifics, but it sounds like we need to stop there to restock before continuing. Oh, you've got red eyes. Are you from Mars? I am. I was raised in Arcadia City. I've heard that between the Jupiter War and attacks from the Gamillans, almost everyone returned to Earth. So why would the Yamato be headed for Mars? Yamato Central War Room. Ladies and gentlemen, even at the speed of light, the journey to Iskandar and back would take 336,000 years. We're in it for the long haul. Yep. We have to make that journey in just 1 year. So how do we... In order to accomplish this, we will have to surpass light speed, traveling instead at warp speed. We will open an artificial wormhole and use it to travel substantially faster than the speed of light, emerging at our destination on the other end. I'm not an expert, but is that even possible? Theoretically, yes. If our timing is off, however, it is entirely possible that we could rip a hole in the space-time continuum. In other words, we must be extremely careful when using the wave motion engine. Unfortunately, we left Earth without one of the parts needed to ensure the engine's safe operation. Now I get it. That part we need must be on the Martian base. Earth has already run out of the resources and equipment needed to build a proper spaceship. We believe the only capacitors capable of driving the wave motion engine are on Mars. And if there are any troops left on Mars, we wouldn't even have to land. They could just send it to us. In your dreams, there's not a single soul left on that rock. Mars was declared officially deserted after everyone emigrated and the army withdrew. But some people have fled to Mars now that the Gamillans have focused their attacks on Earth. Now that you mention it, your crew was stationed on Mars in order to make contact with the Iskandarian envoy, wasn't it, Kodai? We were. And now that Mars is no longer under attack, some people are trying to eke out a living there. Remember, we have an obligation to save the other planets of the solar system. We are to save Earth. Yes, sir! Wrong, Mori. Flash has been laid to rest on Mars, hasn't she? All alone? Yes. Yes, she has. Scenario 2. The Pirates of Mars. We have completed our descent. I'll have visuals on the Altinia base shortly. That's definitely the Altinia base site. Looks like we're in for a lonely landing though. Well, we can't waste a lot of time. Get the materials we need and get to work. I'm picking something up on the radar. It's a... mobile suit inbound. Based on the type, it belongs to the Jupiter Empire. Impossible! I thought they got wiped out in the Jupiter War 2 years ago. Jupiter's ghosts have resurrected Mars, haven't they? Based on a quick survey of the situation, it looks like they've commandeered the Altinia base altogether. Commander, the Jupiter Empire has entered combat preparations. Aye, Khara, open every communication channel we've got. Yes, sir. This is Chuzo Okita, commander of the Earth Federation Forces Yamato. He requires from the Altinia base for a mission of great importance for all humanity. We wish to negotiate for the materials we need. They're attacking! I guess they're not open to negotiating. They're forcing our hand. Wait, Commander. The Yamato is designed to fight against the Gamillans. Turning its cannons on humans would... The Yamato was built to make the journey to Iskandar, Kodai. You would be well to remember that. Human or not, they are obstacles on the journey to Iskandar. Even if they're from Earth, we fight evil, Kodai. But, I'll say it again, we fight evil. Especially the evil that finds its way into people's hearts. Get to your battle stations, everyone! Battle to reclaim the Altinia base begins now! All gunners, prepare to fire! Gunners, prepare to fire! We must crush all opponents that stand in the way of our progress. That's an order! Alright! Meet the Yamato! Our first battleship unit. Battleships are incredibly tanky units, but if they go down, you automatically lose. They often only have ranged attacks, but they have a lot of armor, a lot of HP, and a lot of energy. And, depending on the ship, they can pack a punch. Base Battleship Yamato is our very first battleship unit, and is one of the most powerful units in this game, period. Attention crew! This will be the first substantial battle of the Yamato. However, we must not lose sight of our mission, which is to travel to Iskandar at all costs. Think of this as a mission not to eradicate our enemies, but to extend our lives. God, this music always gets me pumped up. The fun fact, so the iteration of the Yamato that this comes from is Space Battleship Yamato 2199. A more modern retelling of the original Space Battleship Yamato, which was initially introduced as well, it was dubbed as Star Blazers. It's also the very first anime to ever have an overarching story, and it paved the way for anime today to have an overarching story. I believe this is also one of the most well-known anime periods, especially in the West, where I believe it was one of the first anime to debut. I could be wrong about that, but either way, it is a very, very famous anime. Now, sub-pilots can also level up, but all this does is increase their SP and give them spirit commands. Isn't the aircraft squad going to deploy? We have no orders to do so. I could understand that Call of Duty were Gamillans, but the fact that we're facing off against mobile suits tells me that we should be out there too. I guess Commander Okita is treating this like a test run for the Yamato. I'm picking up more signals on the radar. We've got more mobile suits inbound. Enemy reinforcements? Nope. Hey, does that Gundam have a skull on it? Commander, they're Crossbone Gundams. The Crossbones! The same pirates who routed the enemy in the Jupiter War. I can't believe they're on Mars. Incoming transmission from the Gundam. Reading verbatim. This is Tobia Aeronax of the Crossbone Vanguard. We've got your back. Thank him for his cooperation at once. Aye, sir. Godai, deploy the task force. Gunma Falcon Squadron, sir? Negative. The Vongroy, Grungus, and Huckbane. Understood. Why are they sending so many troops to Mars? Is the Jupiter Empire using Mars as a stepping stone to attack Earth? All battle units, fall in on the Yamato's position. We'll be able to turn the tide of battle in our favor if you remain within easy reach. If you drift too far out of range of the Yamato's comms, we're going to be in big trouble. So the Yamato, a Gundam pirate, and a mysterious faulty machine walk into a fight with the Jupiter Empire. This doesn't look good. Hey, wait a minute. Didn't that executive officer guy say something about the Vongroy having a pilot verification system? Or am I just making things up? Can you hear me, Murakumo? This is the captain speaking. You have one order. Make it back alive. That is all. Aye, aye, Captain. That's an order I can follow. Well, you heard the man. Are we all set? Ready when you are. Our opponents are the Jupiter Empire's mobile suits. Battle will be easy if we remain wary of the Pez Batala and its formidable rushing capabilities. I'll take the lead here if it's all the same to you. Let's move out. We've still got a 336,000 light-year journey ahead of us. This is our second licensed anime in the game. Crossbone Gundam. Of course, since it's the enemy's turn still. Yeah, it's gonna be a bit until we can actually see the Bias on the battlefield. Doing his shit. Alrighty, that's two. I will explain the SR point if I can, but again, I'm not going to be going directly for them. So the SR point in Stage 1 requires you to use all of the long-range weapons. Special scenarios have no SR points, and the SR point for Scenario 2 requires one unit to shoot down 4 enemies. Like so. That was flawless. So this is what it's like to work under Juzo Okita, Earth's greatest commander. Don't fall asleep on the job, Kodai. You've got to confirm that battle has ended. Yes, sir. We can do this. With this man at the helm, it doesn't matter who or what stands in our way. Alrighty. If they're not going to talk this out, I'm sure as heck not holding anything back. Let's go, Grungus. Earthlings or Gamillans, bad guys are bad guys. I'll crush them all. Of course, he had the block with the shield. So enemies will have various... Well, all units will have various different mechanics for reducing damage. Alright, Tobia, your turn. The Jupiter Empire! Do they think they can use Mars as a stepping stone to attack Earth? Don't they know what's happened? There is no point in torturing the Earth anymore. Well, time to show them that, Tobia. So Guts is just HP recovery, intuition. So some spirit commands will apply to both at once. Bullseye is 100% accuracy for one turn, while Flash is just 100% evasion for one battle. I will admit, I'm not a fan of Gundam in general. That's primarily because it's kind of hard for me to tell a lot of the units apart. And admittedly, they do get a really big overrepresentation in the franchise. Like, seriously, this game has... God, So, yeah, this is... So, Gundam does have a lot of representation in the franchise, which is annoying because they take up a lot of real robot spaces. Spaces that could be used for other more varied entries. And if it's a game that has a lot of stages in space like this one, I can understand it, but future games where there's not as big a focus on space, I'm not exactly a fan of them. But it is what it is. Also, I do want to mention that this game does have a massive focus on real robots, which... I mean, it's not bad, but when by the end of the game, only if you chose, like, one specific choice, now you get, like, an entire... They can only have just enough units to field entire sortie of supers, and it's kind of annoying. So, another thing about... these guys, or Battleship units, is that their main pilot will have what's called a commander skill, which applies a buff to other units. So, yeah, you can land or fly. You can recover units that are, like, right next to the ship. Also, Battleship captains have something called EX Order. These allow them to retrieve any unit within 8 spaces, boost the focus of an ally unit within 4 spaces, give 2 EX counts to any unit within 4 spaces, or restore the action of a single ally unit within 5 spaces that has, well, done their actions. And it is what it is, I just don't like them. Like, again, I don't hate Gundam. There are some Gundam entries that I do like. I'm just not an overall fan of Gundam. Like, and it's weird because they're like the only real robot franchise that I'm like this towards. thought I understood the selfishness of humans, but upon witnessing myself, I am enraged. I cannot comprehend how you can entertain such selfish thoughts in the midst of an alien attack. It's what it is, alright? So let's see. So you can also, yeah, if you recover a unit, it does take up its turn. So if you want to have a unit board a battleship so you can then move it on the next turn, you need to use either the EX order or emergency retrieval, or you need to have the unit itself board the ship. Also, it's worth mentioning that each stage will have their own unique fail conditions. But typically it's something like, if the battleship goes down, or if any ally unit is defeated, or maybe a specific unit is defeated. Typically, early on, it's if any unit gets defeated, you fail. But later on, as you amass your army, it becomes less and less of a it becomes less any unit goes down and more if this specific unit goes down. Enemy forces eradicated. The Altinia base is officially liberated. Now we just need to retrieve the materials inside. I want to know more about the Empire's movements. Khara, make contact with that Gundam. Yes, sir. Man, that thing is leaps and bounds above other mobile weapons. That's a Gundam for you, I guess. Given that it is a pirate's Gundam, I should think that the pilot has considerable skill as well. I'll say. I mean, did you see those moves? Between us, the Yamato, and that Gundam, I think we'd be able to pull off some interesting tactical feats. So things on Earth really are that bad? Yes, but the Yamato launched to try and turn the situation around. And it would be disastrous if the Jupiter Empire mounts an invasion like they did 2 years ago. The Federation couldn't stop it, could they? Mr. Aronnax, Nabia is fine. Can I ask you a question about yourself? Go ahead. I was still at officer school during the Jupiter War, but I heard about the exploits of the crossbow Vanguard space pirates. And it turns out their ace pilot is younger than me. You were just a boy during the Jupiter War, right? The ace you're asking about, the pilot of the X-1, I mean. It was someone else, Lieutenant Kodai, though I did fight in the Jupiter War as well. Thank you for clarifying. I wish to thank your crew for taking on the Jupiter Empire in place of the Federation. We had no other choice. The planet bomb hadn't arrived, the Federation had its hands full with the Gamillans. And now things are even worse. My crew and I have taken up the crossbow Vanguard mantle from Bera Rona and her crew. We're just doing what we can. We rescue survivors from Gamillans ravaged colonies battle those who would take advantage of chaos in order to rob others. We initially supported those who escaped to Mars as part of that endeavor, but that proved difficult when the Jupiter Empire reappeared. Are they going to invade Earth again? I can't say for sure. The Earth is crippled. It'll just waste away even if they don't attack it. What's the point? Crux Dogati, supreme leader of the Empire, was after a very personal type of revenge, and he wanted to wipe out the Earth in order to satiate his bloodlust. Now that he has been defeated, however, I can't think of anyone among those who remain who share such all-consuming rage toward Earth. Yet, here we are. They're building an army on Mars. Certain regions have taken catastrophic levels of damage. And after all these people have been through, after they tried to escape to Mars, we fought with all we had, but the X1 it's the only decent It's the only decent suit we had in our possession. That said, we were able to destroy the Jupiter Empire forces that landed. I don't think we'll learn any more about their plans unless we pay their stronghold a visit. By which you mean a visit to Jupiter itself. Did you say, could I? Care to hire us as your guides to Jupiter? Did you say hire you? Just think of us as their bodyguards. You could even get them to make the first move if you set a course that goes right by Jupiter. I'm afraid I don't have that kind of authority. I can't send the Yamato to war with the Jupiter Empire. Let me rephrase that then. Take me and my crew to Jupiter. We don't have the means to reach Jupiter ourselves, but we can't let the Empire rest if they are in fact rebuilding. This was your angle from the start, wasn't it? It's not the worst idea though, is it? In fact, it's kind of a win-win. You might be right. I'll speak to the commander myself. Have you finished talking, Lieutenant Kodai? Yes, Officer Nimi. Did you find the wave motion engine capacitor? We did, thankfully. Tokugawa's engineers are already working on it. Good. It sounds like we've cleared the first hurdle. Oh, and I've brought someone aboard. How'd it go, Tabiya? Lieutenant Kodai here says he will make a proposal to the commander for us. Are you also a member of the Crossbone Vanguard? I'm Bernadette Briette. Thanks for taking us to Jupiter. Wait a minute, what does she mean, us? We're the only ones from the Crossbone Vanguard who will be traveling to Jupiter. The remaining members will remain on Mars, assisting the survivors and defending it from the Empire. But if you go to Jupiter, you'll be... I've been to Jupiter before, Captain. Let's just say I'm the Crossbone Vanguard's resident expert on Jupiter. Or we could say I'm Lieutenant Dogati, daughter of Supreme Leader Crux Dogati. You can't be serious! There were official records that claimed Crux Dogati had a daughter, but... never would have guessed you'd be at the heart of the very group that brought the Empire down. That is precisely why I cannot stand idly by while the Jupiter Empire rebuilds. Understandably, I will alert the commander to your presence as well. Thank you. So the Yamato is venturing far beyond the Milky Way in order to save Earth. We've got to do our part to protect Earth from the Empire, lest their journey be in vain. That is it for this episode. I will see all of you in the next episode, where we continue the story. But until then, goodbye!